Hello and welcome to Love Anything Art. Today I'll be making these St. Patty's Day hat earrings. These are the supplies I used. To make the horseshoe, I've rolled out a piece of gold clay, folded it in half, and then cut off a good majority, so I'm left with the U shape. I'm using a tool to make dots around the piece. And then I'll gently flip it over and do the same to the back. I've rolled out some green clay, and I'll cut off 4 equal length pieces. With 3 of the pieces, I'll form them into heart shapes. These will be the leaves for my clover that I will place on my horseshoe. Before I go any further, I will pre-poke my eye hook hole and add in my eye hook. I'll place on my clover leaves. And with my last piece, I'll roll one end so it comes to a point. And then I'll place this on my clover. Pointed end goes towards the clover leaves. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. I appreciate the view, and if you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel. You'll receive no junk mail from me, only earring tutorials and my zany, weird personality. You're welcome. These are some old makeup powders I've had for many, many years. I'll just use a paintbrush and lightly brush on some. I'll just blow away the excess powders, and I'll flip it over and apply some to the back side too. This is a piece of light green clay that I have rolled into a ball and then flattened. And I've also rolled out this dark colored green, and I'll cut off 4 equal length pieces. Roll 3 of them into a ball. And then on the 4th, make one end pointed. Place 3 balls on for the clover leaf. And then the 4th piece for the stem. And I'll just use a needle tool to make 3 lines, one down the center of each of the clover leaves, and then 1 line at the top of the clover stem. I'll pre-poke my eye hook hole and add in my eye hook. And for a little bit more decoration, I've decided to make dot holes around the clover to outline it. And then I'll dust it with my makeup powders, both the front and the back of the piece. I did go shiny happy on this piece, and there will be glitter on everything. I've rolled out some green clay until it is fairly thin, and then also a ball of green clay. On the piece I rolled out, I'll use my handy dandy cutter and cut out a circle. And then I'll smooth out the edges. And for the ball of green clay, I will roll it out just a little bit, and then place it between 2 fingers and make a nice little groove in the middle. And then I'll gently pinch out each end so that it kind of has a lip on both sides. And I'll just keep working at it until I have it the way I want it. Before adding the top portion of my hat and the bottom together, I am going to roll out a piece of black clay and then gently flatten it. I'll cut off the wonky end, and to straighten out the edges, I'll just use the edge of my tissue blade and press inward. And then gently wrap this around the bottom of my hat. Cut away the excess and then smooth out those seams. I've rolled out a piece of gold clay and flattened it. And then I'll use my tissue blade and cut it into a square. Yes, I'm cutting it on my finger, but I am using a very light touch and my blade is not that sharp. And I'll just use the remainder of my rolled out black clay from earlier, and I'll cut off an itty bitty square. And then place this in the center of the gold clay. And then to decorate it, I'm going to use my needle tool and make dots around the centerpiece and then down the side of the black piece. I'll now attach the top of my hat to the bottom of my hat. And then kind of work the rim into how I want it to look. And smooth out the seams. I've made another clover leaf, like before, and I will place this on the rim of the hat. I'll use a round-ended tool and make a little divot in the bottom of the hat. I've rolled out some gold-colored clay and cut off mini pieces of the same size. I'll take each piece and flatten it between my fingers and get it into the roundest shape I can. Once I have completed all of those, I will start placing them at the bottom of my hat and stacking and building them up, and then adding more gold and more gold. I'm going to add a little bit of this pretty green glitter onto my clover. And then I'll bend up the bill on each side of the hat. And then I'll add gold and white colored powders to my piece. And then to add to the beautiful gold, I'll add a little bit of powders to enhance it. I'll pre-poke the eye hook hole through the gold and then add in my eye hook. I've made another little clover and a stem, and I've put it together here on my flat surface. And then I'm going to attach this to the top of the hat, and it'll be a little bit tricky to get it to stick because I do have powders on there, and you could always use a little bit of bacon bond. And then I'll add on my stem, and then I'll pre-poke my eye hook hole right through the center of the clover. I will now bake my pieces. I'll glue in my eye hooks, resin, and assemble my earrings. And this is it, my friends. The end of the rainbow, or the end of this video anyway. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!